Hello and welcome to the Streamline and Shine podcast. My name is Steff Bolton and I'm 1/3 of Bolton Virtual Solutions, a team made up of me, Mum, and my two daughters, Sam and Amy. Our family virtual assistant agency's absolute passion is helping time-poor female entrepreneurs with those ridiculously long to-do lists, because we all know how they get longer instead of shorter, so that they're able to focus on doing what they love. You're going to want to stick around if you find yourself constantly just doing this thing quickly instead of spending time with your family, or if you look at your list of tasks and feel like crying, or even if you're just simply wondering how to manage your time better and delegate to your team. We're going to be covering topics from social media to marketing, systems and processes to outsourcing, and so much more, so that you can see what's possible for you and your business. So let's get stuck in. Hello and welcome back to the Streamline and Shine podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about something that we see and hear about all the time, and that is when business owners who call themselves CEOs, but they're actually still working like COOs. So they're stuck in the operations, they're managing every project, they're approving every post, they're checking every client email. Basically, they're still running the show instead of leading it. But here is where I need to point something out. You are not the office manager, you're the visionary. And if you want to grow a business that doesn't burn you out, it's time to start acting like it. So let's talk about one of the biggest mindset shifts that you will ever make in business. Okay, let's break this down. So the CEO sets the vision. They focus on strategy, growth, leadership, direction. They make sure that the right people are in the right roles and that everyone knows where the business is going. The COO, on the other hand, the COO, focuses on implementation. They turn the vision into an operational plan. They manage the systems, they manage the team, they manage the day-to-day tasks that make things actually happen. Both roles are vital, absolutely vital. But here's where most business owners get stuck. They're trying to be both at the same time. So you can't set the direction and steer the ship and row the bloody boat. Something's got to give, okay? So this is where the carnage starts. You're the one scheduling social posts, you're checking client deliverables, you're updating spreadsheets, you're chasing invoices, all stuff that your team could handle if you'd let them. So you tell yourself you're just helping out, or that it's quicker if you do it yourself. Yes, we've heard that millions of times, but all you're really doing is training your team to rely on you for everything. That is like the long and short of it. So you can't be the visionary if your head is buried in asana all day. And when you stay in COO mode, there's no space left for growth, creativity, or strategy. You become reactive instead of proactive, and you're constantly managing instead of leading. Quick break before we go even deeper. If this episode is hitting a little too close to home and you're realising your business only runs smoothly when you do, our Back to Business boost might be exactly what you need. It's a 6-week deep dive where we audit 3 of the 9 key areas of your business, from systems and operations to marketing, team, client experience, all of it. And then we fix one of the biggest gaps holding you back. We'll streamline what's messy, we can set up smarter workflows, and we can even repurpose your existing content so you're more visible without doing more work. By the end, you're going to have a leaner, more organised business that actually runs without you having to hold it all together. So if you're ready to boost efficiency, visibility, and your sanity in just 6 weeks, the link's in the show notes. Go check out the Back to Business boost. Okay, now this is something that I completely understand because I've been there. Letting go is terrifying. Your business is your baby. You are the one who built it from the ground up. But growth requires trust. You can't expect your team to take ownership if you never actually let them. When you hold everything too tightly, close to your chest, you block progress, both theirs and yours. And yes, things will go wrong sometimes, but that's part of leadership and it's part of life. Like, we're all human. One mistake isn't a disaster, it's feedback, it's data. It shows you where the gaps are in your systems, your processes, your communications. Not that you should grab the reins again. And that can be one of the most difficult realizations that you're going to have as a business owner. So let's talk about how you can shift into true leadership, shall we? So I've got a few steps for you. And the first one is to redefine your role. So write down what your role should look like as the CEO, the stuff that only you can do. Vision, relationships, high-level strategy, big decisions. That is the lane that you should be staying in. They're the things that you should be doing. Step 2 is to delegate by outcomes, not tasks. So stop telling people how to do things. Start telling them what success looks like instead. And that is how you build trust and accountability. Step 3 is to protect your CEO time. Block out time in your week for CEO work, planning, reflection, visibility. So that should be no client tasks, no admin, just high level direction. Because if you don't protect that space, it's going to disappear. The rug will be pulled from under your feet before you know it, and you'll never have time for this CEO time. That is an absolute essential as a business owner. Step 4 is to build operational support. Eventually, you're going to need someone, whether it's an OBM or a VA, who can act as your COO, managing the day-to-day while you focus on growth. I will say here that this is more of an OBM role, but if you've got a strong VA who has amazing experience and skills in operations and project management and stuff, it could work. But just to let you know, that is more of an OBM role. So that is when everything changes, and that is when you finally start running a business, not working in one. So here's your challenge for this week. Look at your calendar and your task list. How much of it is CEO level work and how much of it is COO level busy work? If the balance is off, now is the time to fix it. Have a good look at it and see what you can do to work it so that you are acting as the CEO and not the COO. Because you are not the office manager, you are the visionary. And when you finally start acting like it, that is when things will start to click in your business, not just for you, but for your clients and your team as well. So that is the end of this week's episode. I hope it's been a bit eye-opening for you, and I hope it's given you some useful steps that you can go and take to see if there's anything that you can tweak or change to make your life easier. So I will see you next week, and until then, keep streamlining and shining. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Streamline and Shine. If you have questions on what we covered inside, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Bolton_virtual_solutions, or you can email us at teambolton@boltonvirtualsolutions.co.uk. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing community and are always here to support you. If you'd like to be interviewed on a future episode, please drop us an email letting us know which topic you'd like to speak about, and we'll get back to you. See you on the next episode, lovelies.